wanted to do a quick video here on our Milwaukee Fuel M18 weed eater. It's an electric weed eater. It's awesome, and we're having an issue with it, as you can see. Being an electric weed eater, I was kind of nervous that it's not fixable, and then a nice feller on YouTube described the exact issue I was having, so I also wanted to make a video just because finding information on these things for the regular guy can be a little tricky, and so the more help that's out there, I think, the better, right? So I'll share the name of the nice feller on YouTube, his channel, somewhere on this video. Thank you, sir. So we're having an issue where the motor is not engaging with the weed eater attachment. This thing came with 3 different attachments: the weed eater, a hedge trimmer, and a pole saw. It's removable at this point right here. I was thinking I had an issue in the shaft because it's a spline shaft that then inserts into the female end of the attachment. And I thought maybe the gears, the splines on the shaft had worn down. And then my genius on YouTube said, look up here. And so if you can see all this grease and this wear mark, what has happened is this shaft has moved down like 1.5 inches. And I can't believe we haven't noticed this. And when that happens, the splined male end and the female end has come down, and so it no longer makes good contact. And it's actually happening up in here, from what I understand. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this off and see if there's motion travel in this, I believe. I mean, look at that. That's your problem. So my nice man talked about how you can move this weed eater and kind of hear it clicking around as the shaft shifts forward and back. And the problem is everything is dropped this way, right? So male and the female end are no longer making tight contact. So as a test, because I can't really hear it shifting around, but as a test, theoretically it should work if I hold it up this way, because that's going to drop the shaft back down into the machine. Isn't that interesting? Now I'm holding it the other way. Look at that. And that's because that shaft has moved down. All right, so now we got to fix it, or hope we can fix it. I'm going to start off by taking the battery out. That's what you should always start off by doing. All right, now I'm going to take the attachment off. And so you've just got a hex screw here. I'm not sure what size it is. This isn't going to give you any context, but it's this size. You're welcome. So I'm going to loosen this. Yep. And so this right here is our shaft problem. And so because this whole thing has shifted down, you can see the like dried up grease versus the wet grease. It shifted down, what is that, 1.5 inches? This guy probably hasn't shifted down that far, but he's shifted down. So it's no longer engaging with the motor inside the machine itself. So we're going to push that back in. Hope that's making good contact in there with the motor. It must be. And then put this back on. All the way up. You see, all the way up. Now we're going to tighten this guy back up. And so how could this happen? I know when we use it, we get this bad boy tangled in all sorts of blackberries and vines and all sorts of stuff. And what does that do? That has you yanking on it, right? And so I bet you yanking on it slowly but surely over time pulls this thing down. And so this is something that if this fixes it and it's reliable again, we're going to need to keep an eye on it. We're also probably going to need to add new grease of some sort, but I'm not sure what type to add, so I'm going to add nothing for now and find out, because I'd rather add nothing and not use it very hard than add the wrong thing and get myself into trouble with it, because I think we just narrowly avoided some disaster. All right, that's tight. Snap that puppy back into place, tighten this one up. When it started acting that way, I wondered if it was an issue similar to that. It wasn't making good contact, and so I tightened this up. I missed the elephant in the room. That real tight. Let's pop our battery back in. All right, let's test on it for a second. I sure wonder how something like that could happen. All right, round 2. I think we fixed it. Thank you, YouTube guy. I'm going to be posting his name on this video probably a couple times because he was awesome. I hope this helps somebody else. We got some weed eating to do.